Okay, get ready, because this is even worse than I thought it was. And right now, I am literally petrified, because this shows way more than I thought was going to show. And I didn't even know this at the time today. Okay, let's take note. Okay, it's, I might have to recue this, actually, 7:09. Okay, this is worse. This is way worse. I didn't even know this at the time that this whole occurrence took place today, but this is bad. This is ugly. Okay. Alright, this proves that she's actually stalking me. This even gets worse. This is so much worse than I thought it was. Oh my god. What is going on here? Okay. Today, I thought that Kathleen came from this direction. Okay. Oh, sorry. The camera wasn't. I thought she came from... No, I'm sorry. I thought she came from this direction. She was just walking down that way. Just watch the video. Just watch it. I can't even believe what is going on here. Here's proof she's stalking me. The minute she seen me outside, she turned around. She even continued on her path. This is what I'm saying. Like, oh my god. I just can't even believe this anymore. This is even way worse. I'm glad I have surveillance, because this is just really opening my eyes up to so much more. So much more. To think I was actually at one point friends with these people and used to literally do anything to help them out, and how much I was being manipulated and lied to. Probably my whole life. My whole life. This is sick. Watch out, sweetie. Watch out, baby. Disturbing. Very disturbing. Watch out, baby. I know. Okay, there you go. Hold on. Okay, ready? Oh my god. This is bad. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, so there I go. Going to the car. There's Kathy and the dog, Kathleen Strozeski. Okay, so I'm getting in the car. There she goes. Okay, so I was going to go the other way. There's Kathy, okay? Alright, at this point, Kathy turns around. There's my car. I'm going in the other direction. Kathy turns around. I told her, stop coming by here. You're stalking me. Leave me alone. Stop coming here. Walk your dog somewhere else. There's my car, still turned in the other direction. Okay. There she is. There she is. Coming back towards me. My car is still in the other direction. This is what I'm talking about. Now she starts videotaping me. Okay? So I said to her, when she started walking towards me, what, are you going to do something, Kathy? Why are you coming towards me? There you go. That's when I decided, yep, there she is, still screaming at me. I kept telling her, why do you keep coming here? Stop stalking here. Oh, then she wants to scream, public roads. These are not public roads, Kathy. Where do you keep getting your information from? Stop stalking me, Kathy. Walk your dog somewhere else. There you go. At that point, I turned my car around and told her, get out of here, Kathy, and started screaming, where the neighbors heard everything, and I said, there you go, on my property. Literally on my property. You see what I mean? I'm even on my property. Look at that. On my property. Leave, Kathy. Leave. That's what I'm screaming. Leave, Kathy. You're not welcome here. Nobody wants you here, Kathy. Leave. I think I also said to her, what are you going to do? Vandalize the camper again, Kathy? What are you looking for, more stuff to destroy? Or maybe you're looking for another kid to steal so you can turn him into a juvenile delinquent. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now that's me going behind her, slow with the car. Slow with the car. Get out of here, Kathy. Leave, Kathy. Leave, Kathy. Screaming. Then she was on my property because she refused to leave. Refused to leave. She's on my property. That's my property right there. She's literally in like bushes and shit on my property. And I'm telling her, get off my property, Kathy. Get off of my property. Now, at this point, I have my door open, and I'm just screaming at her from the car to not get out of the car the whole entire time. Stayed in the car. And then she ended up on the neighbor's property. And then I started screaming, get off his property. And then he came out. He heard the screaming. And then when I knew she was off my property and off his property, I took off. And then I went to the police station. Now, I don't know if the other neighbor surveillanced it or used his phone or camera or anything to surveillance what was going on, but I know I'm on surveillance this whole entire time. I know I'm on it. I know I have my property surveillanced. I know that this is all being recorded. Here you go. You want me to put that for you again? Here. This is what I'm saying. This is out of control. This is my property. She's literally trespassing on my property, screaming, public road, public road. And I even said to her, if this is all over a road, are you serious? This is out of control. You vandalized my camper for what reason? Because in your mind, it's a public road? Who cares? The camper's on my property. It has every right to be there. Even if it were a public road, it has every right to be there. You're stalking my house for the sake of what? A public road? I don't care if it's a public or private road. You're not allowed to stalk somebody. And even before this whole stalking situation and public and private road friggin' saga started, what was her reasoning for screaming at me on Latham Drive, which is a public road? All I'm doing is trying to turn to get onto Susan Avenue, which comes down here. I was just waiting for her to pass. One time I didn't even know it was her in the freaking car because she was in a different car until she started screaming at me and then turns around and calls the police and says, I have my child in the car. This is endangerment of a child, welfare of a child. No, you're endangering the welfare of a child. You are the one who is instigating and trying to start a problem with your child in the car, legally now her child, which she stole, but was able to do it legally, which is even better. Like, you hear about these kids going to foster care and get tormented and all this crazy stuff while they're in foster care. But she's trying to utilize her custody with Skyla and starting things with Skyla in the car, which is now creating, I believe, turning Skyla into a juvenile delinquent because she's seeing the way Kathleen acts and gets away with it. That Kathleen's actually the one starting all the problems. But she turns around and says it's me and tries to get me arrested. Meanwhile, I was doing nothing prior to this. Like I said, this has been going on for years. I was just trying to get onto my road. I didn't even know it was her half the time. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. And then they come walking by my house the day, well, Skyla did, the day after. They filed a restraining order on me. So I'm a dangerous person, but yet you just filed a restraining order against me. But, here we go, there's the whole scene again. Here we go. So I was going the other way until she turned around and came back towards me and started screaming at me. This is what I'm saying. How she twists the story around and makes it look like she's the victim. Meanwhile, here's me, minding my business. There you go. I didn't even know she was there. I was walking outside. Yep, there we go. I'm about to get in my vehicle, and there she is, right there. She's not even 15, 20 feet from me. This is what I'm saying, and I'm telling her, stay away from here. Stay away from me. What are you doing here? Would you come back to vandalize my camper again? Just stay out of here. You have no business being here. Stop stalking me. Look, ready? She's over here now. I turn my car that way. Okay, watch what she does. I turn my car that way. I'm about to leave. She turns around and starts walking towards my car and screaming at me. Watch. I'm still in my vehicle. Never got out of my vehicle. Never threatened her. There you go. There you go. And when she gets there, and I said, what are you coming back to do something, Kathy? She's crazy. That's what I'm saying. I did nothing wrong but tell her to leave. And then when she got off my property, tell her to get off my property. Yep. This is, see what who's the problem here? Who's the problem here? Oh, now she wants to start walking away when I turn my car around. This is what I'm saying. Oh, now she's the victim. Now she's the victim. That's what I'm saying. Look, she's still on my property. Get off my property. That's what I told her. Okay, at this point, yep. Look, see, get off my property. Now I'm pushing her basically off my property with my car. Yep. I kept telling her, go, leave, goodbye, go, get out of here, goodbye, leave, you're not welcome here, goodbye, go, get off my property, leave, get out of here. Oh, now she gets more on my property over here. There you go. Come on, guys, this is so black and white here. Okay, she's not the victim. She just knows how to cry the victim, perpetrate herself as the victim. Okay, she's always the one instigating. She's at my property, causing a problem, causing a scene, trespassing on my property, screaming at me, coming towards my vehicle. I was facing the other direction. Coming towards my vehicle. Okay, yes, then I flipped my vehicle around and forced her to leave. Okay? Never once touched her, never threatened her, never nothing. I told her to leave. That's it. I went behind her with my vehicle to make sure she was leaving. That's it. And screaming, get off my property, get off my property, get off my property, leave. You're not welcome here. Don't come back. Alright, now, I know I'm going to fast forward this video and see a bunch of lies from the police officers now, how, they were here, and how she called them, and, that the neighbor signed a statement against me. I haven't gotten that far in the footage yet, but I can almost assure you that that's all lies, okay? That's all lies because they want to believe this woman. They want to believe that she's not the person that she really is. Okay, she's tormented us since we were children. Okay, the reason why I helped her daughter Gelaine so much is because I was there for the abuse since she was a very little girl. Okay, now I'd have a hard time believing Gelaine and things that she may tell you about her mother because they are pretty extraordinary. That's me leaving. There you go. When I knew she was off the property. The things her mother did to her and us as children were just like pure torment, pure torture, torturing little innocent, vulnerable, helpless children since a very young age. And the reason why I helped Gelaine so much through life and helped her get away from her mother and was trying to help her stabilize herself and her living situation and her financial situation so much is because I knew all the torment she went through as a little girl because I was there with her. Okay? And yeah, I've been through my own things with my own family. So me and Gelaine, we've been friends since we were first day of kindergarten, Roosevelt Elementary School. My teacher was Mrs. Frank. Hers was Mrs. Oh, God, I can't remember her teacher's name. But we were in classrooms right next door. Actually, I don't even know. I think she was actually in my class, Mrs. Frank. I'm trying to remember back that far. But anyways, long story short, they were both in Griswold Elementary School. We both started kindergarten the first day. We met each other the first day on the bus. So, long story short, my parents had her mother babysit me when I was young. And, that's when it all started. Some crazy things. And, so I knew. And I was lucky enough to get away from my family in my teenage years and build my own life and get away. And Gelaine never really did. And, there's a lot more to it, but I don't really want to delve into that too much. But then Gelaine left death threats on my answering machine. She abandoned my house, owed me thousands of dollars in back rent, and then called and asked if she could come back, and I said no because of the things she did before she left at my place, and also owing me money and still not working, so she had no means to support herself. She was only supposed to be at my apartment for 3 months. She ended up staying 2.5 years because her mother stole custody of her daughter, so she felt like she had nothing to return back to. And downward spiraled after that. And long story short, has suffered psychiatric issues since she was a very little girl because of her mother's torment and abuse. Thank God I did not suffer the same type of trauma mentally from my family and from her family, just due to, I don't know, just being a little bit stronger type of person mentally. But it severely affected Gelaine. And, I just always tried to help her out whenever I could and whenever she needed the help and asked, of course. But, and now I'm painted as the bad guy, So, because obviously I'm not in position to help the family any longer. And, plus with the death threats from Gelaine, I refused to communicate with her. And then Kathleen just started trying to, scream at me, now stalking me. Gelaine then tried to hit me head on with her car 3 times. I mean, I'm trying to wrap my head around what I've ever done wrong to this family, besides be there for them, help them financially, psychologically, just in every way possible, moral support, anything. And Skyla too, Skyla used to love coming to my home when she was younger and I was here at this house. She used to love coming to visit and see me, and I had coloring books and, all sorts of stuff to keep her busy while she was here. And her mom and me were hanging out and talking. And so, it's just, I can't even wrap my head around the fact, what other than me not allowing Gelaine to live with me any longer. That's really, that was it. That's all that's happened. So there's no reason for this. This is very uncalled for, very unwarranted. I've never harmed this family in any way. I've never done anything wrong to this family in any way. And literally, I do not bother this family at all. I'm just on my property. So that's the events of today. I'll fast forward and see what else, if anything else after this. I don't see the police showing up or anything of that nature. I don't know if anyone even called the police. I'm sure maybe somebody did other than myself going to the station. But yeah, this is just out of control. So, like I said, I told the police tonight that I have footage of everything that happened, and Kathleen is not the victim here. I am. And I just protected myself, my property, my belongings. Told her to leave. I did not harm them physically in any way. She was on my property. She had no right to be there. She was not welcome there. She is not permitted there. She does not have permission to be there. If anything, quite the contrary. She was told to leave, not come back. She's been told this many times. Stay away from here. Stop stalking me. You know, don't bother people on the property, whether they be working here or just company or live here, whatever it is. You know, just stay away. That's it. It's that simple. I don't go to their house and bother any of them or do anything or stalk them. Or this is just like, this is a point of obsession. This is a point of control and torture and torment. And, you know, it's just not stopping. No matter what I do, I've called the police numerous times. I've, you know, filed for my own restraining order. And if anything, I have proof validating and surveillance. And another reason why I put up surveillance, you know, because there was no other means of proving that really I wasn't doing anything wrong. At that point, it was word against word. But this is all the footage they have that they're utilizing against me. They come to my property to get it. Every single video they have, they're in front of my residence, or I don't want to say residence, but my property. They come to my property to taunt me or whomever may be here, video it, and then try and use it against me. But meanwhile, what are you doing here? Nobody invited you. If anything, you've been told numerous times to stay away from here. Stop coming here. Stop stalking here. Stop walking your dog. Whatever you do that you're utilizing to say, I'm not stalking, I'm doing this, or I'm not stalking, I'm doing that. That's all they ever do. They always find some reason that they had a right to be here and then videotape me and try and use that. Look, see what I got? See all this video surveillance of what she's doing? You're coming to my property. You're taunting me, and then you try and use that against me. I'm not at your house videotaping you on your private property. I'm not stalking you. I'm not vandalizing your stuff. I'm not threatening you. I'm not nothing. This has gotten so out of hand, and literally the police, to my knowledge, have not arrested any of them, not once. And literally, I just got out of jail for basically a false arrest. It's a false arrest. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And this video is going to prove that I did nothing wrong. I have every right to protect myself, my property, and my belongings. And I have every right to tell people to stay away from my home. And I have every right to escort them off the property and make sure they leave, which is exactly what I did from a safe distance in my vehicle. And make sure that they leave. Okay? No threats. And even if I did threaten them to get off my property, even if I did, it doesn't matter. It's my property. I have every right to protect myself, my property, my belongings. And if I tell somebody to get off my property or I'm going to something, whatever it may be, oh, the cops did show up. Look at that. That's not a threat, okay? That is a warning. That's a warning. And cops should know that. So the cops did show up. Okay, who did they speak to? Was there somebody? Oh. Okay, the cop got out of the house. He must... I don't have the surveillance on the other side right now, so... I don't know if he spoke to anybody right now, but I do see the cop. Okay, so the cop did come. I don't know who he spoke to. He got out of the car. And he took off, so he must have been maybe coming here to talk to me or look for me, I guess. They must have been looking around the neighborhood, but I'm already on my way to the police station at this point. But of course, she probably told the cops that I was threatening her. I'm getting death threats or whatever she's saying. I'm getting threats. She has been told numerous times to stay away from this property. Numerous times. Numerous times even after the camper. Numerous times. I've told her every time, what are you doing back here? You vandalized my camper. Stay away from here. Why are you stalking me? Why are you back here? I tell her all the time, stay away from here. You're not welcome here. I mean, I don't know how many times or how many different languages I need to say then. She is not welcome here. She is not welcome to stalk my residence or my house. I keep calling it residence, but I'm so sorry. Let's just say property. She's not welcome here. Whether I'm here, whether I'm not here, it doesn't matter. She is not welcome here. Who's this running now? She is not welcome here. All she does is causes disturbances, stalks me. It's creepy. It's really creepy. I don't know who she's divulging info to when I'm here. I know she started stuff with the association, and they came by starting stuff because she was starting, you know, she's trying to get me in trouble any way she can. Whether it be with cops, whether it be with the association, whether, you know, destroying friendships, relationships, workers here. And they involve, like, the whole entire neighborhood in their little petty baby dramas. And it's just annoying. I'm sure people don't even want to hear it. Like, they don't want to hear about this stuff. They don't care. They're living their lives. They're, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like she tries to make friends with everybody so she can try and turn people against me. This is what the family does. This is what her daughter did when she lived with me. She's literally living with me, not even paying rent. She's got all sorts of guys in my house, drugs in my house. I ended up finding out because she started doing drugs again. And was, like, trying to turn all my friends against me. That my friends even told me. Like, they were like, there's something wrong with that girl. And I knew the whole time. And, you know, that she had some major psych issues. So when they were saying it to me, I was like, yeah, like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, obviously, like, that's why she's kind of living with me. But I didn't tell them that because I wasn't trying to, you know, destroy her privacy and her, you know, I was trying to, like, help her get a fresh start and start over type of thing, but it just kept coming back to me. They were like, there's something wrong with that girl. She is like, she talks so much bad stuff about you that we know isn't true. Like, we've known you for a really long time, Danielle, and she just really, she hates you. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I know. So, you know, she was only supposed to be there for a couple months, and then she had nowhere to go, and it turned into 2.5, almost 3 years, and I know she did a bunch of stuff to my other friends, too, and lived with another one of my friends afterwards, and, you know, accused him of molesting her or raping her. Meanwhile, when she started living there, I went over to make sure that she was living in an okay living situation. She had a lock on the door. I gave her a bed to sleep on at that house, like, literally gave her my bed. And bought a new bed so she would have a bed. Like, trust me, this girl was not treated poorly in any means. And then she turned around and called me up and said that they were molesting her and that she wanted to come back to live with me. She'd use any excuse to come back and live with me, and I said no. And then that's when she left death threats on my answering machine, because I wouldn't let her live with me. But meanwhile, she still talks to this family to this day. And it's not the first person she accused of molesting or raping her that I kind of had very good validation to know that it was false, because she continues to talk to these people. This is years later, and she still talks to them, has a very stable, close relationship with those people. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'm going to turn this over ASAP.